Through the years, there have been many pros throughout gaming. Be it the Atari 7800 Pro system, or even Tony Hawk Pro Skater. There have always been pros in gaming. And when it comes to Nintendo, the pros didn't really come around until Nintendo started trying different things. Take, for example, the Wii. On the Wii, you had the Wiimote, the weird TV-looking remote where you shook it around to make things happen. Some games couldn't work with the Wiimote as well, though. Take, for example, games like Centipede Infestation, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, or GoldenEye 007. Those games needed more of a pro. So Nintendo came out with the Classic Controller Pro. Basically, the PS2 controller, in a way. One's kind of dirty. I just got it out of storage. I need to clean that. Wow. This is the one for GoldenEye, and this was your standard controller if you just wanted to play a standard controlled game on the Wii without using the Wiimote. I actually did use this quite a bit. And even today, Nintendo still follows this philosophy. If you have the Switch, you have the Joy-Cons, which, work well on their own. They do form a little controller. But something like Monster Hunter Rise, the Turok remasters, and even Daemon X Machina, games that either feel weird on a smaller controller or you might be playing for a long time, you might also want more of a pro controller. So the Switch has its own pro controller, which is very nice. And it's the way that I prefer to play games on my Switch. So, with that said, the Wii had it, the Switch has it, so you have to know the Wii U has it. So the Wii U, games like Shovel Knight, Bayonetta 1 and 2, and even Zelda Twilight Princess just work better with the Wii U Pro Controller. This is actually a pretty nice controller. I've been using this as of late. I played through some GBA games that I downloaded on the Wii U. I've been playing some Twilight Princess with it. I used it for Bayonetta and Shovel Knight before. This is a really nice controller. I like the button placement. Honestly, I think it's different. I kind of wish the Switch Pro Controller maybe follow this a little closer. I like how the D-pad and the buttons are down here, kind of like on the Wii U gamepad. It feels sort of like Super Nintendo-y. And the sticks are both up top, and they're both like symmetrical, which I haven't played many shooters. I think I have like 007 Legends and Splinter Cell Blacklist, so I could try that sometime with this. But I imagine shooters feel really good with this thing. It's a pretty thin controller, honestly. It's pretty small. The only thing I don't really like are these triggers. These triggers are weird. I do like the big chunky buttons and everything else about the controller. It's a really nice controller. When put up against the Pro Controller for the Switch, it's hard to say which one I like more. I think maybe the Switch one feels a little more quality. This one feels kind of cheap and plasticky. But the just the overall design of this one may take the cake. I'm unsure. I bought this thing for $3 at a thrift store. The guy didn't know what he had. So that was my advantage. And if you're looking for a alternative to playing games on the Wii U, because sometimes you don't want to use that thing over there, you want to use a regular controller. And I do have another third-party Wii U Pro Controller. It's like a Nyko branded one. It sucks. This is the thing. The Nyko one I used when I first played Breath of the Wild on Wii U. It was a terrible experience using that thing. This thing is a major upgrade. If you want to just a regular controller for either just a single player, or even if you want a controller for a second player, if you're playing two-player games and the other person wants to play with you, I highly recommend the Wii U Pro Controller. Become a pro at the Wii U, the most popular console of all time. Definitely not Nintendo's biggest failure behind the Virtual Boy. The Wii U's great. I love the Wii.